go. We can ride all night up to the morning, as long as we make the show. We can be the best, or we can be the worst. We can be the best thing you ever heard. With the motor singing and the grandstands ringing, it's hard to put it all in words. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong, or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. Out on the dirt ovals we play, life in the bright lights with no shades. Letting her go, letting her rip, letting her fly, tossing her in sideways, living the life, letting her ride, eyesight winning to die. Cross her up on the cushion, crossing the line, cause some drama and some bullshit they didn't like. And if they don't like the move, then we're ready to fly. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong, or what to choose. Hey, but this is how we do. This is how we do. This is how we roll, this is how we do. It's not for everybody but the chosen few. And we pray, cause we know that they might not ever come back. But this is how we ride, this is how we do. Riding mud, sliding up higher in the groove. Don't give a damn about the cash we're spending. With the time we got, we choose to play it on the go, to stay out on the run. We all high, wild, and handsome. Ain't telling you what's right or wrong, or what to choose.
We are here tonight. We are here with a feather in our hair, bro. A feather from a nighthawk. And that's about as much as I could tell you. Put it in the. Do we like it going back, or do we like it going forwards? Hold on. Turtleneck these. That does look nice. This isn't an actual feather from a bird. It's extremely light. It all makes sense now. But what we're here today, as we're sharing the video around. You should as well. You should as well. We're going to be talking about some stuff today that is very, very interesting. You know, I saw some people out there talking about this entire racing situation, this entire thing that we have seen happen in the last couple of days. And it's been very interesting. Sorry, I got the feather backwards. Let me make sure this is properly placed in with it going outward. Do we go out with it or in with it? With this hair, I don't know how you can mess it up. But anyways, we are here today to talk about it. Actually, I don't really want to put that in there. That looks stupid. Anyways, feather. I thought it would look cool. It didn't. Looked dumb. It would look, mind I say, gay. But after today's racing events, I don't really know what that word means anymore. Obviously, there was a lot of issues around Eldora getting their racing event off. This dirt track world championship. I mean, there was a late model that flipped like it was a damn non-wing sprint car the other night. And they canceled Saturday and moved everything to today. And we all saw how much of us actually watch NASCAR when a dirt race is on, because I didn't even know NASCAR raced today. Apparently Martin Truex Jr. quit, but I didn't see anything like that. I have no clue. in a weird way, the worst nightmare for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series did happen today. And after this happened, I just have to say it right now. I'm authentic. I was talking to somebody on the phone in the tower at Devil's Bow. You know, I did my announcing stuff at the track, a little showcase in the heat races. Um, and somebody called and was like, "Oh man, that's really good. You did awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, the announcing thing for me had always been, I always loved racing, and I grew up in the hood, so I knew how to rap." And it was kind of a mixture of the two. You know, I could use that fast spitting ability and that rhythm and the rhyme and a bit of a storytelling ability to kind of paint a picture with a little bit of a rhythm. You know, it's always about rhythm and flow and go. And good announcers know that. Bad announcers definitely don't. But that's what I like. But at the same time, I was telling the person, it's like, even the announcing is somewhat of a performer aspect. You know, some people are like, "Oh man, you sounded so professional, so great." And I was like, "Yeah, I sounded professional, but that's because I was performing. You know, when I do my talks, it's authenticity. You know, and I find unlike most people in the world, I find more value in authenticity than a checkbook or a cash dollar bill. You know, so that's how I see it. And everyone out there, you have that choice. I know that these people out here who have taken what is free, monetized it, and manipulated you since birth, and your parents since birth, and your granddaddies and grandsons, and all this stuff since birth, have tried to convince you that you have no choice because you got to pay this bill, you got to get here, you got to do that, you got to do what this monetary system that they have set up. They tell you have no choice because you have to do all these things. But even, even in the biblical sense, God even says that you have a choice. The devil's the one that's telling you you don't. You don't got a choice, boy. Announce this. You don't got a choice, boy. Promote that. That is not the work of a higher power. That's the work of a lower entity controlling you. You know, and that's kind of the more so sense that I would like to not pander to, but I guess I pander to it. If I'm gonna pander to anybody, it'd rather be the will of gods, not the will of man. Not these little fuckheads that think that they're somebody just because they got a checkbook. You ain't nobody. You monetize the world. Everything that is free. You didn't create cows. You monetize them. Nobody charged you to create cows. Now, in the breeder system, they do. But I'm saying, like, the animal itself was created by somebody else. The sun rises and sets for free, and they monetized it. I just see things past. I see things past the sheeps and the goats. Goats don't mean a fuck thing to me. I don't know if y'all noticed that by now, but yeah. Somebody being called a goat just means that you're favored by the farmer, the plantation owner, the prison planet, the info war. So that's why I enjoy doing this way more than being an announcer. Because an announcer, now I don't want to say that for all, because there are some good owners. There are some good people who have worked in the system correctly and have got where they got and treat people fairly. But most of the time when I see it, that's not the case. Most of the time when I see it, it's just these men out here trying to play gods, trying to create little worlds that they control, and they tell and dictate and play a god to someone's life. And that's what the monetary system is at all, period. It is just it's the money is the new whip. It's just a new evolved way to make sure people do what you tell them, that they listen and mind you. Not what's above, but what's in front of you. Whether through that's money, materialism, opportunity. So I know I'm getting off point here, but that was a very interesting situation where I was doing the announcing and somebody called, and I had that phone call. I had that phone call. So I know I just got off track. I'm completely sidetracked. I was just trying to do a little opener so we can get some people in here commenting. The comments are flowing in right now. Holy crap. Let me see. Oh my. Oh my, we got them in here. Oh my. They have showed up, ladies and gentlemen. They have showed up in droves. Hold on here. Oh, we got some guidelines here. How real do you think these NASCAR races are? I think they are. Oh, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to you, Jack. I was going to start off with authenticity because when this situation with Ricky Thornton Jr. happened, I went into a miniature depression. And like I said in my tweets, on my Facebook posts, for those who have seen it, those who haven't, there was only one thing to drink to talk about this situation. I'm going to just say it right now. I'm drunk on camera, so don't judge me. Bud Light next. We got Bud Light next. If you haven't had Bud Light next, oh, God, we got to crack another one. Don't shake it before you open it at all. They're basically seltzers, but they taste like Bud Light or beer. It's the only one I know of. Zero carbs, by the way. Zero carbs. Regardless, let's focus on Jack's comment, because I did want to open up on the sprint car situation. You know, when this thing happened with RTJ and he had his situation, for those who don't know it, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series had this great idea. I even was behind it. They had this great idea that at the beginning of the year and throughout the season, they were going to do a championship chase. Some steel company was behind it. Jack, steel company, Pittsburgh, Steel Tycoon. You know, that makes me think of Titanic a little bit. And for those who don't know about Titanic, you should look at the book called, I think it's Titan. It's where it was a book written in 1898, I believe. And it was about a ship that was built and no one can sink it. And it hit an iceberg and sank. And then the real thing happened like 10 years later. But regardless, that's just a little too deep. But it's not too deep for the discussion we are having today. It is not too deep for the hold on, let me make sure. Let me verify that I'm not just talking shit. Which happens a lot, you know. Let's see here. I think it was not named Titan. What was it called? Yeah. Here we go. Here it is. How you do this? Oh, Owls and Spiders, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Fertility, The Wreck of the Titan, or Futility. It was in 1898, so I was correct on the date. Incredibly strange book. There's also a book called Baron, and it was a book written way back in the day, and it was I believe a kid named Baron Trump that they authored this by. But anyway, this is the book right here. It was a book that was written 14 years in advance or advancement of the actual wreckage of Titanic. It was a very interesting thing. Just like the Wreck and Turn 4 with Rowdy and the driver of the black car never comes back again at Daytona, you know, hitting the door by Ken Schrader. I mean, Cole Trickle, sprint car driver who went to NASCAR, drove the 25 car for Tim Richmond. And then that happened in real life. I just don't know how that happens. How do books and art imitate what's to come? But anyway, sorry, Jack. You got me off track. But I had to turn to the alcohol. I had to. Nicotine, alcohol, something. Because even though this Chase thing sounded awesome, after the year that we had seen from Ricky Thornton Jr. and Bobby Pierce, let's give some credit here. I mean, Bobby Pierce has had a badass year. You know, Hoker Trucking has picked two badasses to be on the side of their cars. It was apparent that there was, unfortunately, it wasn't like it was a regular year when somebody was near and second place was close. Unfortunately, Ricky Thornton Jr. dominated this year. I absolutely dominated this year. And it ruined the plan of this Final Four. It really did. And then for how it went tonight for the guy who it obviously was apparently supposed to win the championship with this dominating season, to have it go the way it did, where he was the race's first caution and was out of the race to begin with. And I put a tweet out and I said, I don't give, because they switched to talk about Tyler Carpenter coming through the field on like lap 15. And these announcers, and let me say this right now. I want to say this to lead off. The flow broadcast of these Lucas Oil races, especially when you have Ben Shelton there, Dustin Jarrett in there with James Essex. This is some badass, a really badass production. I mean, I talk about how the late model racing's already better than the sprint car world. You know, you got 12 guys over there, or you really got 6 or 5 guys maybe who's a real threat to win a race every night. In the sprint car world, where you got like 80 at a big time late model event, the competition level, everything's this next level in the late model world. But the production that they do for these late model races, it's the closest thing that I could see. I could take that, or anyone who's trying to market the sport, I could take that and show that to a new person and potentially win them over. And that's one of the only maybe things we got right now that could really, like, I could take that to Stephen A. Smith and say, hey, check this out. This is the sport. And he could sit down and be properly entertained. I mean, it's amazing. The announcing, and I think I'm not hating on Johnny Gibson when I say this, but I think the announcing kind of show between James Essex and Dustin Jarrett with the mix of Ben Shelton is way more entertaining, interactive, listenable than just one guy. No matter how badass Johnny Gibson is, because Johnny Gibson is, sheeps and goat. He's the goat of the announcing world, especially when it comes to the play-by-play. But I think personality wins with people in today's society, especially youth in America, and just we're in the social media world where you can't really hide who you are. If you are a piece of shit, eventually it's going to come out, and we're going to make sure you pay for who you are. That's kind of the message being sent in today's society. Some people don't like that because they've been doing a lot of dirty deeds behind closed doors. But at the end of the day, I do think that announcing kind of style in the late model world is severely better than the sprint car examples we get. I don't want to say that the high limit situation is better than Johnny Gibson, but at least it's two guys. At least it's some kind of camaraderie. I don't understand why Ben Shelton, or what's the All-Star now? I can't believe I'm sorry. Your name slipped my mind. Anderson, whatever his first name is. Sorry. Dang, that's really bad. But regardless, let's stay on topic. I think that the presentation of the late models is extremely, extremely well. At the end of the day, this whole situation took a real bad turn for the worse. Now, obviously, moving the race to a Sunday, I know I'm jumping around on topic here, but like I said, I led this. I'm a couple beers in after this RTJ thing happened, so I'm bouncing around on topic. I am mind blown. Regardless, um, the race end up being good. There was that drama. There was that excitement. Even, and I hate to say this, even the aspect of the guy who should have dominated and won the championship and all this being knocked out that early in the race also added to the drama. It really did. I mean, people started talking about it. It was like, bam. Like when that happened, like imagine all the late model people. And this is how marketing works. I'm going to teach y'all about chess tonight. Y'all are all focused on checkers. And what I mean by that is what you're being shown. I'm going to talk to y'all about chess today. So all the late model people are watching this event, right? Maybe some sprint car people, maybe some other dirt track people. It's Sunday. We are up against football and NASCAR. But I would say most of the late model people are tuned in for this monumental event. It was a monumental event to have this chase that has never been implemented into dirt track racing. But this is why I say the RTJ thing was good for what they had done. All of this fan base was watching this. And then RTJ, the guy who everybody's like, if this motherfucker don't win, we're going to have a problem. That's like the trigger. Like, I mean, I had a trigger for it as well, but the outside, because I ain't just looking at it from a me perspective. I know this is a very ego-driven me sport, but I also sat there and said, well, this is actually good for what they're trying to do. This is going to bring in eyes. This is perfect. This is awesome. This is the game. This is how you play it. Because all the late model people who had this, preconceived notion that a Ricky Thornton Jr. deserved to win this race and this championship, or at least the championship, went to Twitter, went to Facebook, went to text somebody. I think I texted a few people. All of a sudden, 10, 15 laps into the race, everyone in the world of dirt racing is going to check their phones. And they're hearing about this dirt track world championship. Oh my God, wow, oh my God. RTJ's out. Oh my God. Now everyone clicks and tunes in to see what the fuck everyone's talking about. This is how real chess is played. It's like I've been trying to tell y'all, you can, even in your political spectrums, you can love Trump, love Hillary. I said it 2016 or 2020, whatever year, big 2020. How about that? The biggest promoter of Biden was Trump, and the biggest promoter of Trump was Biden. The biggest promoter of Stone Cold is Triple H. It's the bad guy, good guy hill, the shit talking back and forth that actually gets things going. Now we're gonna halfway get into that because that makes me think about, a conversation I had the other day about potentially running a track, and this guy came up and he had a little bit of an idea, and I was like, you don't want me to run a track. No, you don't. He goes, why? I say, well, because I'm going to have the biggest damn show, no matter what track it is, than anyone in the damn country instantly. And he goes, what do you mean? And this was at Devil's Bow up in the tower. And I was like, if I was to run a track, first not out as promoter, runner, whatever you want to call it, running the gig. I'm coming out. I'm paying. We're going to advertise I don't even give a damn. $50,000 to win and $5,000 to start. We're only going to have about 24 cars. And that's it. And I'm going to come out with the suit. And after the damn national anthem and all this crap happens, I'm going to come down. First of all, first thing that's going to happen is the pit area is blocked off. I'm going to teach you about chess right now. Hold on, let me show you how this works. Pit area is blocked off. No patrons are allowed into the pitting area at all, period. That's the locker room. You don't see fans off in the locker room of the Dallas Cowboys after the game's over. Before, during, or after. It don't happen. Exclusivities happen. We'll have our little autograph session before, maybe after. But at the end of the day, you ain't getting back there where our curtain is. So I'm going to come out with a suit on. I'm going to get my ass on the damn microphone. And whatever state it is, let's just say it's Oklahoma, for instance. I'm going to go on there and I'm going to be like, thank everybody for coming out. 50,000 to win's a big deal, big money. But at the end of the day, this is my show. And at the end of the day, all you Oklahoma pieces of shit Sooner fans can just walk your ass out. All these drivers in this pitting area are going to do what I tell them, or they're going to get the hell kicked out. And if any one of them got a damn problem with what I got to say or do, you come out and tell me right now to my face. And then we're going to have, one of the badass racers come on out or something like that. And he's going to get all mad at me. And then we're going to have security come and escort him back to his car. Do you want to race for the money tonight? Shut the hell up, get in your car and drive. And then heat races are going to, kick off, and that guy's going to be leading the race. And about 2 to go, I'm going to come out I'm on the infield like Davenport. We're in the tower, like a Davenport Speedway. And we're going to have a piece of debris. I'm going to throw it on the track, and I'm going to force the flagman to put that guy in the back of the damn heat race. That's what I'm going to do. Flagman's going to walk off the damn off the damn stand. I'm going to take over. And then that guy's going to lose the race. A-Main comes along. He's passing everybody. He gets the lead. He takes the lead. He's pulling away. I'm going to throw a damn caution with 2 to go. And then we're going to get that restart. He's going to take off. And I'm going to throw a caution again, say he jumped the start, put him back 2 rows. And then somebody else wins the race. Wins the 50,000, 5,000 to start. And then, of course, he's going to get off, all mad at me. We're going to have a little scuffle, and then tell the fans to come back next week, see what the fuck happens. And then we'll go in the pits, and we'll go to every driver, every 24 of them, and we'll give every 24 of them $1,000. Nobody's getting paid $50,000. Nobody's getting paid $5,000. So what are you talking about? This is at the end of the day, you give this 2 or 3 weeks, all the video coverage, all this shit going down. It's gonna be one of the biggest damn things in the world. But it's all BS, right? It's all WWE. It's all fake. Everybody's in on it. That's what WWE kind of makes fun of it. Wrestling makes fun of the UFC and stuff because it's a very similar situation where a boss is telling everybody who's gonna win, how it's gonna go, and wrestling is considered fake. But the Freemasonic symbolism in that is that all of it is fake. Vince McMahon tells his wrestlers what to do, but in reality, the John Wicks tell UFC and football people what to do. The ones that the Vegas people have, if you don't go along with the plan. All of a sudden, you had this issue or that issue, and you're no more. So the John Wicks exists. That's not just a fake situation, but that's, like I said, the Freemasonic symbolism of the situation. Now, the reason this is funny, because I said all this, I was like, the show, the joke, everything like that. And then I saw this situation with Ricky Thornton Jr. tonight. And, he got maybe, I think I saw somebody say 2 to 5 extra laps to fix his car. And then I also saw, the night before at Devil's Bow, last race was there. I watched Brad Sweet, a guy who got with Kyle Larson, got with Flow Racing, rival streaming service, started a series, and is technically, it looks like, going to start a national conglomerate style series next year against the World of Outlaws. I watched him come off of turn 4, and anybody who's been keeping up with the points championship situation, it was kind of close up until Jackson, and ever since then, Brad Sweet's kind of stretched away from David Gravel and Carson Macedo. Macedo's kind of had some bad runs. Gravel still kind of was within striking distance. But I watched, basically, what I meant to say there is basically Brad Sweet needs to wreck, and David Gravel needs to do good to have a chance at a championship battle, to take that championship away from Brad Sweet, or the nightmare scenario over there, I think it would be a nightmare scenario, is that Brad Sweet, the guy who did all this with Kyle, is going to win the World of Outlaw Championship and ride off into the sunset to try to do something bigger than the World of Outlaws. That's kind of what it looks like. Kind of. But in the same aspect, that's the checkers aspect. And the reason I call that checkers is because what happened Saturday night gave me a little bit of a hint to some chess. Because Brad Sweet comes off the corner on a restart and flips his shit, and we're on lap 8 or 9 of the race, and all of a sudden there's an open red on the speedway at lap 8 or 9. Now, there have been a few cautions, but it was only a 30-lap race. Devilsville is a very small half mile. I would say 4/10, but Darren in the world's going to attack me. I still say 4/10 is like a slang term, although if you don't know what I mean by that, 4/10 is 2 fists. It's, generic math. But it just was so odd. And I even saw Dirt Tracker today talk about how conspiracy theory out the window because of this situation where it was like, what? But then, this was after I kind of made this, joke scenario about, WWE and a weekly racetrack. I think that's kind of the only way you're going to get away with doing weekly. I mean, weekly is tough, especially on the fan side, the sheep side at the end of the day. So when this happened, I was like, what's going on here? And obviously, if you saw the thumbnail on this video, that's kind of what I'm thinking. This battle of, high limit outlaw kind of situation that's been going on for about a year now, a little over a year, I guess, has been, well, actually, I guess July last year when they announced it, but so definitely a year and a couple months. It turned into like this guy versus that guy. But at the end of the day, I could say that, it's a similar situation where it's this guy versus that guy. High limit outlaws, Sweet, Carter, Larson, this guy, that guy. It's these two sides that are battling. And I could say the same thing, like Hillary promoted Trump, Trump promoted Hillary. But what did they actually promote? They did promote themselves. Yes, the egos definitely got the rubbings in. But they also promoted politics. They made politics bigger than they ever had been before through this battle between two sides that were differing for sure. And when I saw that treatment of Brad Sweet, for some reason, flares just went up for me of the same type of thing. The battle of each side, the Trump-Hillary, and not Trump-Hillary, but I'm just giving two sides that are differing. The high-limit outlaw thing, Larson, Outlaws and Larson's brands are very similar. And so, I mean, Larson, I think, is a little bit bigger overall, but in the dirt world, they're very similar in size. And even though there was this battle between the two sides, what was it ultimately promoting at the same time? Not only was it promoting each side, but it was also promoting sprint car racing. It was promoting the sport in general. So, I don't know. And honestly, if you look at it from real business, I mean, it's just smart business is what it is. That's why I referenced this Titan movie mixed in with the cold trickle shit, because that was all business as well. Go look into Honda and Chevy and DuPont and all the, of course, CART was the rival series, PPG, Petrochemical Wars, PPG versus DuPont. A lot of family drama in there. It's very interesting. But I almost see the same thing kind of happening here when I saw that, especially because they could have said, let's just push on. Let's just go. I'm sure they got a timer in there, that they can say, after this certain amount of time in the race, if we've had So many cautions. We institute an open red to make sure everybody fills their tanks. Come on, man. We've been talking with Broke Joe. We've been talking with all these people. We've been up and down these pitting areas. I mean, we see the cartels at work. We see how it's working. We see that y'all can dictate and mix this and change that. We see, I mean, just how I was saying, throw a piece of debris on the track and put them to the back and screw them. That sounded so crazy when I was talking earlier about me promoting a track and doing shit like that. But how much far-fetched is that from the Rico situation at Tri-City with High Limit? It's very similar. Very. So they pull stuff off like this all the time. And it's not even fair to say it in racing. I mean, they pull this stuff off in all forms of entertainment. I mean, heck, they're about to make it's about to be legal to gamble on wrestling, WWE. Literal scripted shit. But just the angle here that I should have been considering this to be an angle. I just didn't see it because I was believing people, but our unfortunate tendencies as human beings is gullibility. We want to believe, we want to hope. Hope is mankind's, biggest strength and also one of its biggest weaknesses. So it's a situation that is, I don't know. I'm not going to be looking at it the same anymore after what I saw. I'm not going to be looking at it the same. And I'm not going to sit here and say successful, smart people like the Carters of the world, the Casey Canes of the world, the big entities that are involved here. These ain't small, dumb people. These are all very smart people who have a right to say they live on a different level than the sheep. And people who get above the level of the sheep see how easy these herds get moved by society and media and marketing. They get moved every which way you want them to. I mean, they got a new flavor every damn week. What have we just jumped from in the last 3 months? We went from the Titanic crushing guy, or, the ones who went to go swim and look at it. We went to aliens in Vegas. What was the other one? We went to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. I mean, Richmond, north of Richmond, he's came and gone, right? Have y'all kept up with him in the last week? Nope, he was just here. Now he's got, then it's Israel, then it's Hamas. Have you even studied what Israel has done to Palestine in the last couple of decades? It's pretty bad. I'm just saying, if you're in a business position and you see how easy it is to get these people to flip TikToks and manipulate and control through just art, theater, live theater, telling them that it is real. This is how you do it. This is how it's been done for a long time. That's why Freemasonry is so popular. It's based in arts. So anyway, I mean, it's insane to think that that's a potential angle. And like I said, even to see the reaction of the Dirt World tonight with RTJ. I mean, amazing art there. And I don't think that was as, controlled because it wasn't storyline based. It was on track storyline based. But at the end of the day, when that happened, everyone who wasn't watching the race all of a sudden did. So see, y'all see that as like just natural. That's what happens. I see that as marketing. I see that as advertisement. That's how I see it. That's how I see how they would potentially use it as well. They should. If they don't, they're making a big mistake. But just another angle to look at this. I know some people said the conspiracy theories are dead and all this stuff and wow. But has the World Racing Group, the smart people over there, the smart people at Flow, even the Flow versus Dirt Vision thing, even though there's this battle, back and forth, and they don't say each other's name or nothing like that, but we all feel the undertones. It's that undertone drama. It's that daytime television shit. So even when they are going at it, it's also promoting streaming. promoting both streaming services and streaming in general, because now people want to know what's such a big deal. Why? Why does it matter? So, I would consider the angle of, smart people, like I was saying, Outlaws, Carters, Dirt Visions, Rigsby's, Larsons, Canes, Sweets. You got to consider that maybe they're doing it on the low, on that CIA shit. When you're CIA and FBI, big differences. If you're FBI, you got to identify yourself. When you're CIA, you can't even tell your wife. So it's very interesting how the intelligence doesn't necessarily have to stay within an agency. It can be done if you're smart enough. But I tell people all the time, you got to be quiet when you do this stuff. I mean, if I told everybody what I knew, I'd be in big trouble. I'd be in huge trouble. Let's see if we got any comments. People call me a dumbass or something. That'd be cool. Wrong one. Clicking the wrong thing tonight. We're drinking. Let's see here. Listen here. Oh no, they're coming at me. Listen to Queens. Oh God, how do you even say that? Can somebody give me an abbreviation of how you read that? Queens. This is bad. You shouldn't have gave me this at midnight after a couple Bud Light Nexts. I think after today. The higher you get in the pyramid, the more compartmentalized it is. Now, see, I can read that. I don't know what this over the Queens right? Okay. Oh, like the Third and Fourth Reich. Okay, kind of like a Trump voter or DeSantis supporter. I got you. The Reichs. I got you. Let's see here. NASCAR rented the U-Haul years ago and moved it into dirt racing. That is funny. Steve Pill says, I disagree. I think the eyes were there already. The RTJ deal just made them text their friends. No! There are so many sprint car people. And this, dude, we talk about building walls, right? Or y'all have for a long time. The biggest barrier that could potentially be knocked down and really take dirt racing to the next level is this late model sprint car barrier. I went on to 2 different Facebook groups earlier in the year, and I told sprint car fans and late model fans, I asked them, I said, hey, I didn't tell them to watch sprint car racing. I didn't tell them to watch late model racing to the opposing fan base, but I said, for every NASCAR race you guys watch one late model or sprint car main event highlight on YouTube. I just asked them that. I said, hey, let's all support dirt. Dirt racing's better. We all know this. Y'all are sprint car, or if I was talking to late model, y'all are late model fans. But hey, late model or sprint car, I was saying, they're badass. They put on good racing. They're hellaciously better than NASCAR. So for every time on a Sunday you tune into a cup race, just at least go and watch one of the highlight videos of a sprint car or late model race. Fuck, comment section went insane. Fuck yous up and down. All over the board. Rip me. I mean, I post shit all the time. This was probably, most of the time when I post my opinion, at least it's like, even on a bad day, it's on a 70-30 level. Although, you got to understand, and this is for everybody out there, back to life lessons. We started y'all with some here today. Life lessons. You need to understand when you see a bunch of bad comments, you have to understand that it's way easier to be a bad commenter than a good commenter. When I scroll on Facebook or whatever and I see something I like, or TikTok or whatever, I push the like button or I share it. I share or like what I like. The only time I really get the need to want to go comment is when I see something I don't agree with. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta tell this sumbitch, or I gotta say something about that. That ain't right. Fuck you. The comment section is where haters lay their heads to rest. Okay? So the comment section is already naturally, on the most perfect video you could put out, gonna be 90% haters and 10% supporters. And the only supporters that may comment are going to go in there and comment and tag like their friends or something. It's always about sharing and dispersing and getting out more of what you like. It's not, you don't really go on there and comment. But my point is it is interesting how certain people would watch a NASCAR race more than an opposing dirt track race. So the border is real. So when you say the RTJ deal just made them text their friends, they think all the eyes were already there. There's an entire fan base of probably 400 to 500,000 people that are sprint car fans that ain't watching your shit. They're watching Kyle Larson race in Miami or wherever the hell they were today because they're controlled. I mean, sprint car people are psychologically fucked. So when this started happening, I truly think these sprint car people and other people on Facebook and social media said, what the hell? It's still going? What, already? What do you mean? Oh, they're racing? Oh, turn it on. Let's see what's going on. Oh, hold up. Hurry up. And see, y'all see that as happenstance. I see that as marketing. I mean, so it worked out for them, whether it was right or wrong. It worked out for them. Let's see here. We are the cattle. There's a reason they think it. We just keep complying and running their systems. Okay, let's see if we got some more comments. This shit they have been putting over our eyes in the past 3 years just shows how they can manipulate and mold our beliefs and behaviors. They have their finger on the strings of everything. This is true. Do you think the Outlaws will find a new track in Texas or eastern New Mexico to replace the Devil's Bowl? Now, unfortunately or fortunately, I did spend a significant amount of time around a guy named Brian Carter, who is the man, the myth, I mean, maybe the legend of the World Racing Group. And it sounds like, I'm not going to say exactly what was said because I want to keep a little bit of it private. It sounds like they're going to keep a race somewhere in the North Texas region. They don't know where it's going to go. They don't know how it's going to go. But from the small interaction, because there was tension between me and Carter, I felt it the whole time. Through the small interaction that we had, and I tried to keep it cordial, I have a pretty good understanding, no doubt that they are going to have a World of Outlaws sprint car race in that North Texas region next year. I mean, obviously there's a bunch of tracks around there. Some of them don't have the infrastructure. Like an RPM Speedway would be a badass race. But they don't have the infrastructure to hold an outlaw race. They can't handle the amount of people that can get there. Devil's Bowl could barely handle the amount of people that showed up the other day or yesterday. A track like KSP, Kennedale Speedway Parks on the other side of town, they have somewhat the infrastructure, but the town hates the damn racetrack. They're trying to get rid of it. I think Rocket Raceway would be a nice option. Waco, infrastructure issues once again. You got to have a facility that can hold 10,000 people and park 6,000 cars. You know, so this is the type of stuff you have to think about when you're trying to book an event. And a bunch of these southern racetracks, they don't have shit for weekly attendance. So the promoters ain't making any money to be able to invest into the infrastructure of the facilities. You got to understand, when you get down there into the southern regions of the United States, and this is one of the reasons the southern regions of the United States are struggling as far as racing is concerned, especially in comparison to Ohio and PA and Indianapolis and even Illinois. Just, I think it was, I heard $15 million just went to Belle Claire. Great. But that's my point. Most of these tracks up here are fairgrounds. Davenport's on a fairground. Knoxville's on a fairground. Chico on a fairground. Port Royal, fairground? Yeah, I think so. Some of them ain't. Some of them are. But all these tracks in the South, there's no fairground shit. Either you got some money and you build it and make it come, or you don't have shit. There's no grant money or nothing. So it's really hard in the South for racing to thrive because the fairgrounds don't give a damn about some dirt car going in a circle. Whereas up north, your non-football baseball states, that's what I blame it on, football, baseball. Your non-football states, you have fairgrounds and racetracks on fairgrounds that are somewhat governmentally supplemented in one way or another to provide proper infrastructure. So you don't really have that down in Texas. I thought, and I tossed this out to Carter for a nostalgic purpose, because obviously Devil's Bow came with the nostalgia, birthplace of the World of Outlaws, a place I think has done a lot of work to their facility on their own. Once again, all these southern tracks are self-funded. I can't even really think of one track that is a fairground south of Missouri. I mean, I really can't. I mean, State Fair Speedway in Oklahoma City, I think was the last one. I don't know of another track down there. I don't think Mississippi has one. I don't think Georgia has one. I don't think Tennessee. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no government supplemented places for proper infrastructure. But I think a place that could bring that nostalgia like a Devil's Bowl did could be a track not in the North Texas region, but not very far from it, and that's in Shreveport, Louisiana, a track called Boot Hill Speedway, which, if you don't know the history on that, Boot Hill Speedway and the people over there actually claim to be the actual birthplace of the World of Outlaws. And their claim, if you go talk to some people over there, they're like, Devil's Bowl stole it. We had it first. And that Devil's Bowl just got in with the right people and said that, they said that they started it, when really there's a lot of, and I'm not saying I believe this, but this is what people claim. They claim that Boot Hill Speedway in Shreveport, Louisiana actually started the Outlaws. And that Devil's Bowl just had the ability to say they were the place that it went. So Boot Hill, I think now it's a 1/3 mile. High Bank does have decent racing most of the time. ASCS, I think, has had a few shows down there, but I think 410's Outlaws, anything you do with the Outlaws is going to be a little bit better. In the North Texas region, I would have to say KSP or Rocket Raceway would be my choices. I would lean towards Rocket Raceway. You could potentially do Big O Speedway. They've done some work on that facility. I know Jim Moons and their previous owners put a lot of money into that facility. There's nice restrooms and things like that. But I just don't know. You'd have to get some porta potties rented, buddy. You'd have to get some porta potties rented. I see Jordan talking about Trophy Cup DQ'd a driver for the first time ever. We are going to talk about Trophy Cup tomorrow. So for those who want to talk about Trophy Cup, we will be talking about Trophy Cup tomorrow. We do have Broke Joe on it. Broke Joe is putting together a video series right now. And we're going to be dissecting that entire situation around, in my opinion, the most underrated sprint car driver in the United States named Logan Seavey. I've been telling people this. Me and Logan Seavey, I was yelling at Logan Seavey for 3 hours when USAC went to Knoxville at the Dingus. I was like, you're one of the baddest motherfuckers. Hold on. I could pull your number out right now, actually. And Logan Seavey won the damn race, guys. Logan Seavey's Kyle Larson, Chris Bell. He's on that level. He just is. He did everything they've done. He just didn't get opportunities. That's why I say you can't call Kyle the greatest of all time, because he's the greatest of all the opportunities that he's received. There's guys that done exactly what he did and didn't get none of the opportunities. Y'all are acting like everybody went out in the field and picked up the same basketball and shot the ball, and the best guy kept going. That's not how it happens. That's not what happens. Climate doesn't help the Outlaws. I mean, it does at this time of the year. Why is the World of Outlaws going to PA or any other region but the Southern Belt of the United States in February and March? Or October and November? Why? Because they can't find facilities. Why? Because there's not a great fan base down there. There's not great fan bases down there because they don't have the money and infrastructure to provide great shows for fans and people to attend. And also, it's a football, baseball area. Ain't no kids growing up wanting to be race car drivers. They are manipulated, pounded into the sand. How you got to be a quarterback or a damn pitcher or a home run hitter or something along those lines, or you're worthless in life. This is how kids are raised down there, especially in the rural areas. I will give Devil's Bowl some credit, and Dallas, Texas, my hometown. We diverse as shit. When I was at Devil's Bowl the other night, I don't know who watched me get that Uber ride to the track with my old Mexicano, but Dallas, Texas, and the Texas areas and the southern areas are way more diverse than the north. And that's because we were forced to desegregate. Y'all up there were the good guys. Y'all didn't have forced segregation. Y'all wasn't have to forced to mingle. Down here, we were forced to mingle back in the day, and now we have progressed throughout generations, and we down in the South live together as multiple cultures and just get along. Whereas y'all up north, I go to PA and you drive over a railroad track, and it just went from all white people to all black people, and no one ever interacts with anyone. Y'all so segregated, it's disgusting in the north. So I will give credit to the South is that there's way more interminglings between different cultures and people, which sounds weird because most people think of the South as more of a racist area, but it may have been back in the day, but today I would say that's not the case. I'd say there's way more segregation in the northern sides of the United States. CV forgot to eat lunch. Shut the hell up. Evidently, Devil's Bowl thought they needed to use up all the water they had before closing. Terrible race weekend saved by a great finish. That is 100% correct. I would say that if that finish doesn't happen, how that finish happened, there'd be a lot of people upset, bitching, oh my God, horrible. That finish definitely saved the race. I like Devil's Bowl when it goes slick top to bottom, good cushion. We didn't get that. I don't think that's on the track, though. World of Outlaws are known to come in and kind of tell people how they want the facility and the tracks. We've seen this time and time again. Tracks race a certain way. Outlaws come to town. All of a sudden, it's a different track. So I wouldn't put that on the Edwards family or the people actually working the facility for the track conditions of the Devil's Bowl Speedway. It was saved by a great finish. It was saved by a great finish. Texas is a lot different than the rest of the South. I don't know what that means. Samantha from Ocean Speedway 8 is lunch and mine TP. Okay. After Hollywood Speedway outside of Albuquerque, all new sprint car tracks should be on an Indian reservation next to unregulated Indian casinos. No mufflers, no curfews, no clay, only sand. Why would you want a sand track? Or sand track? Build a racetrack out of wood. Like the X Games, like the skateboard ramps. We need wood racetracks. Bringing the wood back is what I would. If I was doing Belle Claire with Brad Loyette, we ain't putting dirt down. We ain't tilling shit. We're putting wood down. Wooden racetracks would save this sport. People would come to it. No dust in the air. More controlled surfaces. Able to build in better lines. It's already going to be dry slick. You just spray your PGs or whatever you want where you want the actual grooves. Wooden racetracks would save this style of racing. The drifting would still stay intact. You'd still be sliding. You'd still hear the motors. You'd still have the side bite. Wooden racetracks is what's going to save dirt track racing. It needs to evolve to wood. Make it like a hybrid situation. I don't know. Any reason in particular why the Devil's Bowl race on Saturday dissolved into a high-speed demo derby? It seemed like most of the track was bottom locked, so it was a fight to get low. When it gets when it gets slick at Devil's Bowl, it goes glassy ice slick. When it is tacked up, though, however, it is gummy tacky. I mean, you could walk on it, like if I went and walked the surface. When you're walking wherever it's kind of brown, your shoes can come off your feet. But the minute you step onto that black, like you could go one step over, your shoes can slide on the black. So the transitions between the grip and the slick are very high. So, like you said, the bottom's where everybody was trying to go, but it was hard to hold. And if a guy was trying to get around the outside and the dude slipped up, that's kind of what we saw with Brad Sweet and Kane. I mean, Kane started right there on him, and they came off the corner, and Brad just kind of missed the bottom a little bit and slid up right into Kane. Couldn't do nothing about it because it was just that icy. So it was kind of a high-speed ice rink / grippy, gummy, tacky track, and it just didn't work out well, and I think people couldn't handle it. What is the promotion deal going on with West Memphis with Swindell? That would be very interesting. Riverside Speedway is a badass racetrack. One of the best looking short tracks there is. So it would be interesting to see. I haven't looked into it. I do know some people I could contact to find out what's going on, but I didn't hear nothing about that. I know that they got a few races in the works. I don't know past that. Coca-Cola syrup on pavement acts like dirt, gets slick, develops screws and a cushion. I could see a wooden cushion and guys getting busted for running pine tar on their tires. That's just unbelievable. You could just use any kind of surface stuff that you wanted to. Add a dirt face slapping contest to these tracks. And now Kyle Larson has joined the chat. Oh, I think we're going to have to switch. I think Kyle is going a little too far here. He has put a nig. Hey, what's up, my nig? Hey, no. Oh, my God, Kyle. I'm deleting these. Wow. Whoever that is, that's not Kyle. I'm going to sit here and say that is not Kyle. I'm going to say that's not Kyle. I don't think that's Kyle Larson, guys. So, I mean, obviously, I don't want Kyle to get in trouble. I don't think that is Kyle Larson, though. I'm pretty sure that's not Kyle Larson, guys. All right. Oh my God, bro. The only reason that's funny is who the hell would do that? Bro, who would do that? No, I gotta delete these now. Y'all are trying to get Kyle in trouble. No, I gotta get over here and like delete. I'm trying to help Kyle Larson. What's wrong with me? I should be like, get him. No. Here, we'll keep the G on there because we know that he's a Freemason. Hey, I just monitored it. Hey, leave me alone. I'm monitoring it. Wow, thanks for announcing. That was great. Yeah, it was fun announcing. I ain't announced in a minute. But I didn't get to announce a lot. Kyle needs to go back to NASCAR Dark Love Chassis class. Hold on. Does anybody want to call? I mean, does anybody want to talk on the phone right now? Hold on. Let me see here. Do we have the number? We do have the number. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if the number's changed or not. Hold on. We'll keep y'all's chat up there going while I try to figure out this phone call deal. I can't believe somebody went and made their name Kyle Larson and then came in here and said that, bro. By the way, he didn't say nothing bad at all. I'm just letting y'all know. He didn't say nothing bad at all. He was talking about some kind of chocolate nuggets. Like the nuggets you get, and he was trying to say, I don't know. There's nothing. Some dude named himself Kyle Larson and came in here and tried to say racial slurs. We deleted it. We turned it off the screen. That's what happened. We're not getting Kyle to that level of trouble, guys. We're not getting Kyle into that level of trouble. That's just, I can't believe somebody went to that extent. I did report that guy, though, for graphic and racial slander. I did. Even though, if somebody's racist, and I'm not, and I'm against it, but don't they have, like, a right to be racist? Or these people who don't like people who are racist, do you want them all to die or something? Do you want to gas chamber all the people who are racist? Say there's actual racists out there and they're just racist. Do you want to kill them all? And if you do want to kill them all, I mean, are you Nazi Germany? I mean, I'm just saying, it's a belief system. I mean, the Jews, they believe that they're God's chosen people, and that's why there's a certain group of people who are Jewish that run the world, and they're fine with causing turmoil throughout society because they are the ones above us, and we are viewed as the dogs of God. And they are God's chosen people, and we are the dogs to serve them for the remainder of eternity. So, I mean, that's a bad belief for everyone else who isn't a Jewish person. I mean, so that's why the freaking Germans went the route they went. I mean, it's not inward racism, but it's kind of, you know, definitely judgmental of people from a different lineage of life. So, I mean, if somebody's actually racist, I mean, don't we just let them go off and be racist? I mean, I ain't gonna be your buddy or nothing, but you're just racist. Okay, cool. But it sounds like we're supposed to be like gas chambering these people or something. We're supposed to kill all people who are racist, no matter if they're white racist or black racist or whatever racist. It seems like the world wants you to die. That's not right. I'm not saying I'm standing for racist people to be racist rights or something like that, but I mean, if they're racist, just be racist. Bye. Leave me alone. Now, if they control society or corporations and stuff like that, then we got an issue. Because then they can influence and dictate things within the economic system, and that's not right. So, anyways, the number is on the screen if somebody wants to call. Until somebody calls, let's see here. We'll go back to the chat. Oh, wow. Somebody just said F Israel. Somebody's researched the Palestinian war. Somebody has researched. Oh, my God. That was funny. You people are just soft. Holy hell. Oh, my God. CJ Myers is in here now. I guess that's Casey Myers' brother or something. Did RTJ get screwed? He technically didn't. He got screwed because of the system, the Final Four. It was a badass race for the championship between Moran and O'Neal. Moran asked Chaz to be quiet. Apparently, we're all supposed to kumbaya. We can't have any kind of, altering opinions of anything. But RTJ lost the Lucas Oil Championship after winning more races than the other 3 drivers combined this year. So in that aspect, RTJ got screwed, in my opinion. Oh, God. Oh, my. Who is it? Oh, wait. Did it answer? Hello? 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 Are you there? Somebody from the 424 called. He hung up. Let's see if we can get him on the line. The 424. Let's see here. We're trying to call him back. We're giving him a chance. He's saying there's a chance. 424, so this is California. I mean, somebody's calling in.
Sorry, the mailbox.
Aww. We thought we had a... No, it's not the Gaza area code. 424 is the area code of Hollywood, Beverly Hills, California. Symbolism, you ever heard of the movie The Hills Have Eyes Too? It's talking about the surveillance that the Hollywood industry has developed through putting blue light filters into your cell phones. It burns a film onto your eyes that they can actually see through using different things. Oh my God, Paul Silva has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen. It's all rigged, guys. He's confessing. Paul Silva has oh my God. Paul Silva has entered the chat. So Kyle Larson was just here, or I'm not going to say it was Kyle. Maybe it was. Maybe they're wilding out. Maybe they're at an ayahuasca meeting or something right now. But Kyle Larson just came in here. A guy posing as Kyle. Oh, no. What the hell? I thought we were going to have our first caller. Is this Paul?
Hello?
Who is this?
Hello?
Is this Paul
Larry
Silva?
Otani.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I talked to you before. It's Larry Otani from Southern California.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You went to Ventura and stuff, right?
Yeah. I didn't really have much to say except that I was amazed at how good of an announcer you are.
Oh, you actually listened.
Oh yeah, I mean, because all the streaming and since I'm whatever you call it, one of those small subscribers to you, I mean, I'm always waiting for you to come on to see what kind of shit you're going to throw out today.
Yeah, I mean, I tried doing, I ain't done announcing in a long time, but I've done talking.
I'd say that Uber was so good, and going back in the back roads and being on the top. I mean, you had your connections, and really it was quite incredible, all the bullshit that you guys bring up. I mean, it's all good stuff. I'm trying to be nice, it's really good stuff.
Right. Well, thanks a lot. I thought you were saying Larry Ancona, which is the owner
No,
of that
Larry
16.
Otani is my last name. Otani is my last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you see this? Did you see the comment here with Kyle Larson?
Yeah, I don't know who that was.
That can't be Kyle, is it?
Pardon?
That cannot be Kyle Larson. It can't be.
No,
There's no way.
no. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, it just kind of blew me away because I wasn't really. I don't watch the comments unless you talk about the comments, and I'm glad you took it off because I know down deep you don't want to cause any problem with Kyle.
Well, and now you got Paul Silva, a guy named Paul Silva's in here. Now,
yeah,
the thing is, I know that Paul and Kyle watch our stuff. You know, they watch our stuff.
That's good. That's good.
It's not good when there's a guy in here named Kyle Larson who's known to watch my stuff, the actual one, and he's in here saying stuff like this. And now Paul Silva has came out and confessed that they're cheating or everything's rigged, but now he is not talking anymore.
Well, I'll tell you that everything that's happened in racing, like even NASCAR with Kyle today, and with wherever you went, Red Bull or Red Ring or Red Devil, you couldn't script what happened that night. You couldn't have scripted any better.
What happened in NASCAR today?
Kyle Larson fucked himself by running into the ass of some other car coming into the pit. Not that he had to win, but everyone knew he had a car to win, and he drove too fast into the pit and rammed into another car, crashed his car into the stand barriers that are right at the entrance, and he screwed himself. And I mean, you couldn't ask for it. And then his nemesis or whatever. I mean, Kyle tells Bell is a fantastic racer, and Bell ended up winning the race.
Yeah, Bell's badass. Bell's badass.
Yeah, and Kyle says that. I mean, I know about Bell because Kyle says on all these old videos and everything that, hey, he's better than me.
Yeah, and he got into the Gibbs situation and he can't race dirt. Prior to the N-word stuff with Kyle, the debate was who's a better dirt racer, Kyle or Chris. And Bell had already beat Kyle so many years at the Chili Bowl. He beat him on the last lap that one year, made him cry and stuff. So, I mean, he did. I mean, this is true. Yeah. I mean,
I didn't really see him crying, but, I can believe it. I mean,
who wouldn't cry? If I'm leading the Chili Bowl and I've always wanted to win it and I miss the line on the last lap and I get passed, I'd cry. What's wrong with crying? I can cry right now if I wanted to. Just keep on talking about big titties and women. No, I'm just playing.
Well, that's why he's so human, and Kyle and that racing Hendricks, it's such a unique situation, and most of those guys that haven't been raced, like I forgot who was the other guy, was it the 24, the 48 that flipped and crashed? You could tell that guy wasn't really a sprint car racer. And it's a dangerous sport. Sprint car racing get hurt, especially when you're going against the best. If you're in some little C league or whatever, you can do fine. But when you're going against the best guy, and a lot of these tracks that like Kyle and everyone likes now, they're a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like you talk about the West Coast being small tracks, I have to agree. But when you get back all these high limit and Red
Royal and stuff and.
They're bigger tracks and they're wider, and so it's not that, boot them out of the way so much because maybe you're carrying more speed. I don't know. But, in the West Coast, because I grew up on the West Coast, they are small tracks. They, Tulare, man, they go 100 miles in the corner and they're only 2 feet and they just beat everybody up. And I thought it was interesting that Tulare was streamed on a third service, and I said, bullshit, I'm not paying $40 or $100 to watch the stream race, and they came the next day, they show you the race, but, I believe all that bullshit they say about all,
Well, and then they rigged it for the Corey Day, right? They Logan Stevie won it, right?
I didn't really watch it a lot. I only saw a glimpse of it because I'm starting to get a bad taste in my own mouth about all that bullshit. But it's just the way it is. You know what I mean? It's just the way it is.
But I've been a proponent of Stevie this entire time because he did the same stuff that Kyle did. And that's why I still say you can't say Kyle's the greatest. He's the greatest with the opportunities he's got it. Because there's guys that's done what he's done. And they didn't get no opportunities to even attempt to try to do what he's doing, so.
Yeah, I don't know that much about CB's only because your show and now all the live streaming, because I watch it almost every night now.
Right.
Before, I was just, you go once in a while, but now, shows like you educate me because you always bring up a new name. I said, well, I better go find out who that guy is. And then
I'm on here talking a lot of shit. It's kind of scary to know that I'm educating people. Just letting you know.
No, I don't know because I'm older and I love racing and all the shit that you talk about. maybe people don't want to know, but there must be a few people because you still do it and you still have a few subscribers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
yeah, you
people
saw
wanna
your
kick your
damn
ass
name
enough
on the
to-
screen. I know that you joined the membership right here recently, I believe.
Yeah, I did, and so I'm just a little bit short of cash these last few weeks. That's why I haven't been in any super chats. But since you had a free call in, I just thought I'd say, the main thing was that I just couldn't believe how well you can announce. Now you don't have the voice that Gibson those guys have, but man, you're right on it, man. You know how to keep the conversation going, and
Right.
I'm glad that you talk about. I have to do that when I'm an announcer, and you don't necessarily like playing that game, but you do it very well. You do
Well,
it very
I feel
well.
like the downtime just talking stuff is better. I'm more, I'm being more me. It's when you're play by play and you're like, oh, the top 1 and 2. It's like
You ought to see if you can get to be a little bit of friends with some of these streaming services, and you could be one of those guys like Chris Konamaki, and you're going down in the friggin' pits with these sprint car thieves, and you're getting live shit right away. And if you can be a little bit political on it, and not get them too pissed off, you know what I mean? You could have,
But
I think
that's
you
the
could be a great asset.
problem. Why are we worried about being political? We should be going down there trying to stir the shit live on the streaming. Why are they not down there trying to make shit happen? What we doing?
Well, they all did it, but they did it nicely. It seems like those guys were a little bit nicer. We got a little bit of axe to grind, and like just like it. You could if you really hated Kyle, you could have let all that shit go on there, but you try to control it a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm glad you did.
I don't think that he's racist. I think that he's a product of his environment. Unfortunately, the dirt tracks of the country are
he's a chosen
slide
one,
to the
okay?
racism
Not that
side.
many-
But
not that
Rico
many people
Abreu's
are
in here
chosen.
now. Rico Abreu is in here now. So we got
I
Rico.
love. Oh, well, that's great. That's great.
I think this is
I
all
love that
fake
guy.
people, honestly. I think they're all in here as aliases. But
they could be. Well,
yeah, so now Rico
Because
says,
you
keep
talk about
talking,
shit they
Chaz.
wanna
Watch
know
what
about, you know what I
happens.
mean?
He just said he just threatened me. He said, keep talking, Chaz. Watch what happens. John Wicks are real, and when you got the money like the Abreu family, you could pay the John Wicks to get rid of the Chaz.
well, I haven't heard you say anything bad about Rico or Larson. The only thing I heard you say bad about, and Joe too, is that there's a lot of politics, and it probably is like at Tulare and and the Fresno boys and whatever. I mean, those guys got a lot of money. It's their clique. You know what I mean? They control it, and you scrap my back. How do you know those promoters, those guys? Hey, I'll give you $10,000 if you pull a few strings from me. I mean, that kind of bullshit's got to be going on.
It's gotta be. It's common sense,
You know what I
right?
mean?
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And
It
they don't
makes
do
sense.
it blatantly. They're going to do it behind the table. All of a sudden, maybe one day, something's taking care of you. You know what I mean?
So hold on, let's
what I mean?
recap real quick. We got Kyle Larson here. I had to ban him from the chat because he's saying the N-word. We got
Yeah,
Paul Silva saying everything is
Yeah.
rigged. And now we have Rico Abreu saying,
I
keep
don't believe
talking,
Paul Silva
Chaz.
would say that. I don't know Paul
Rico
Silva.
Abreu
I
has
see him-
said, keep talking, Chaz. Watch what happens. This is a threat.
No, I don't believe Rico either. These two guys are all phony because I don't think Rico that guy, and I don't know anything about, but I don't believe whatever Kyle Larson's crew chief would say that still. But
He
what I mean?
just
All
Rico
three of
just
those
said
guys
some
are
more.
fake.
He just said more. He said, you'll never be able to prove anything, Chaz. We own the authorities.
We've already
He said. No, listen. He's talking about
Tomorrow,
murdering me.
you guys, I don't know
he's-
what kind of truck racing you're going
Look,
to call
look.
tomorrow, but you're going to prove more shit with that truck racing videos.
Look, I'm just saying. Look, he says people go bye all the time in this country. Chaz, keep talking. We got lots of room for you on the vineyard. You're chubby. You'd be good fertilizer. This is Rico saying this in the comments right now.
Yeah, but I don't believe. You believe that's real Rico?
I mean, this could be the alternative ego.
No,
This could
I
be
don't believe so. I don't believe so. I just don't believe Rico's
Bohemian
that way.
Bohemian Grove is located in California, and it's
That doesn't mean he's Rico. It just means he's someone that's trying to give Rico a bad name in a weird way. You know what I mean? Because Rico and all those guys don't talk that way. Silva don't even talk to anybody. He doesn't want to be on camera. I can't believe it, but that is a fact. Nobody goes to Silva's thing and tries to force a conversation. Nobody.
Somebody asked me.
And everything that you ever heard, Rico.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I think we got a little bit of delay. Hold on. Let me call you right back. I think we got a little bit of
I'm
delay.
just saying that.
Hold on. I'm gonna call this guy back. I think it's kind of it has to be kind of skipping. Are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still skipping a
We
little
probably
bit.
have a delay now. Do you hear me?
No, it sounds better now. Okay, I was trying to fix it.
Okay, yeah.
Somebody says,
all those
"Man, I
guys on
love
there
these
are a bunch of
shows. This is
bullshit
good
because
shit,
it's not
though."
Rico, it's not Silva, and it's not Larson, because those people would never even say anything because they're just worth too
They're
much
John
money.
Wicks.
Well, I'm not sure who John Wicks is, but those guys just don't say shit like that. They're all. I believe they're all going to be. I don't know Silva, but he's smart to know not to say anything, and he doesn't say anything. He just goes out and wins fucking races. That's all he does.
Somebody said Rico is a great midget driver.
He's a great driver. Period. He's doing, like you said, from your shows. Rico does so much racing. This High Limit is doing so much right. This Tanner Holmes, all this stuff to get this is making racing better.
Bigger. Yeah. It, like I said, Hillary and Trump made politics bigger than it ever was before.
And I think they're all doing it for the right. I mean, I honestly believe that nobody in this world would have upped their purses by double if it wasn't for High Limit. I believe those two guys, and that's why all those racers go there, because they want that money. If you have a chance to win 20 or 50, Southern California, I don't know what the pay is. I don't even know Tulare, but the average race, I wouldn't be surprised it's only $3,000 to win, even for a 410 sprint car.
Right.
I mean, and if you're lucky enough, and there's enough rich boys in California that seem to be doing it, which is really cool. They can make 20 or 50 grand. I mean, didn't someone, I don't know who was, won 50 grand one of those High Limits? Wasn't he from California? I could be wrong. But anyhow,
yeah, Gio Silsey won 50 at Lakeside.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? And even he said he couldn't believe it. 50 grand?
Brad Sweet's in here now.
He's a rich kid. 50 grand is a nice chunk of change.
Brad Sweet has just commented with the Illuminati white power symbol.
Yeah, I don't believe all these guys are just playing on famous people's names, and you got to take it for what it is and just.
But hold on. Listen. We just said that. You know what I was describing earlier, how they're all talking and arguing is making it bigger, right? Now,
yes,
I think, and I'm just going to say this, and I'm not trying to disrespect anybody. I think that they're doing it. I think I'm giving them too much credit because I think they're doing it accidentally. I really don't think that they are sitting in a room planning it. But
no, of course not.
But if they understood that doing this type of stuff, hold on. Let me make the point. If I think if they understood how much it makes it bigger and they did start indulging into it more, they could make some really creative shit,
Look how many racers have attended the High Limit races. They even get 40 at a local show. They're probably lucky if they can get 20 in Tulare or something like that.
In the Midwest,
now they got a lot lately, but you know what? When you're getting 40 cars in midweek for a 410 race, you got to say that's great racing.
Now, if I come up missing, you're gonna believe that Brad Sweet and Kyle and Rico killed me, right?
No, they didn't. I'm not saying that someone.
Brad Sweet just winked at me in the chat. I'm scared now. He's really short.
No. Yeah. Those guys. You know what? If you if these people really listen, and these kids or whoever don't listen, because Kyle's gone on Gravel's show and talked for 3 hours. Gravel's talked forever. Brad Sweet gets on time, and not once do you ever hear them ever say anything derogatory. So they're not going to come in here with a fake
somebody asked Kyle on David Gravel's show, what do you think about the Chaz? And he was like, Owen said he don't like me, and then Kyle said I'm a great race car driver. I don't know how he said, or a good race car driver, because he watched me race a little bit. And then he says I'm okay. But who knows now?
Yeah.
I came at him with the watch and everything, so.
Yeah. That's okay. Everybody came out with the watch, and I'm glad that you did, because then Kyle came back and said, hey, it's a monitor. I believe it's a monitor. He says you can go to my website or something, and you can watch my heart rate. So
right,
I'm
but
glad
hold
that
on.
you brought
hold
it
on.
up.
That's a good. Didn't he tell on himself? Because the thing is, you're not supposed to be two-way communication with the watch, right? So
Right.
it has no communication. It's just a heart rate monitor. But how
Yeah.
can you
It
go?
could,
Hold
but
on,
you
hold on,
need
hold
to
on,
have
hold
your-
on, hold on. How
Okay,
can you go
okay.
to a website and see what his shit's doing if it doesn't have a communication way? If it's not connected to a network, how can you go and see what's happening live on a website? That means it has
well-
communication to a website.
Well, all I know, you may know me, but he said you have to have the cell phone to access. He said to access.
But you said,
communication.
but he also said you could go to a website and see his heart rate and all of his monitor shit.
That's right. He did
That
say
means
that.
it's
So I don't
communicated to
I
something.
believe him,
It's
but I don't
communicating to
understand it.
something to be able to do that. It has communication.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean someone's communicating back to him.
But why is it okay that he can wear it? No one else can.
Well, I understood that. You're not
Why
supposed
not just
to have
not
a watch
wear it?
like
You're
that.
Kyle Larson. You don't need a fucking watch to win. You don't need to know your heart rate.
Well, you know what? I think I just believe him. I think it's a true. But I think he could be guilty. Maybe World Outlaws has a law that says you cannot wear
A smartwatch. It
a
says
watch.
that.
You know what I mean?
It says that. It's in the rules.
Okay, so he's guilty. So they let him get away with it. What can I say?
Why? That's not fair. That's not competition. That's not what
Well,
rules
you know
are
what?
for.
Welcome to
Rules are
America.
for
But you know what?
everyone, not just
Yeah.
everyone but Kyle.
Yeah, but who cares? You can take it too far.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem with you people. You're letting one guy get away with shit, and everyone else don't have to play by the same
Hey,
rules. That's bullshit.
I don't think Kyle wearing a watch is anything compared to the shit we're talking about that happens at Tulare or whatever or behind the scenes. Because and I'm not to say that if I went back west, I mean east, they probably have their own little things too at each track. I mean, come on, you know what I mean?
Brad Sweet says all Kyle
You know what I
needs to
mean?
win is electronic fuel injection, and then he put a quiet.
Well, I don't know about fuel injection, but I'll tell you this. I like the idea that they might come up with starters next year.
I think they
Yeah,
should
I
mandate, or yeah, I
I'm
think that
glad
they'll
that
do that.
Kyle.
Yeah,
You know,
starters.
I don't think World Outlaw is going to do it, but I bet they try to enforce it in the high limit. And, in the rule, the weight rule is so bullshit because, everybody knows 1,400 pounds of sprint car and driver, they could probably get those cars started on and really felt weight was important. They're just going to run more titanium because they could do it right now, and they may be doing it right now, and they just have the ballast where they need the ballast. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
But I'm glad that he's trying to do things that he thinks will make it more efficient, a better show. You go there, you get out, game over, had a fun time. Let's not make it a 7-hour ordeal and half the time you're pushing car start. You know what I mean? Because you know what? Putting a starter on a sprint car, it's just I don't think it would really hurt the racing one bit.
No, it's just
You could drop
traditionalist.
the horsepower, 200 horsepower, and it probably wouldn't hurt the racing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I mean, you almost think that they should have a motor that like
we are on a delay.
just-
I just heard that 10 seconds after I said that. That's crazy.
yeah, it's a long distance between me and you.
Well, usually we ain't had this issue. Might be something with the internet.
Yeah, maybe because I got a cheap internet and I don't pay my bills, so that's probably the problem.
No, you're good. Is there anything else
But I
you
love
wanted to
your
talk
show,
about?
and I love what you're doing. I love what everyone's doing. I love the streaming, and I'm probably guilty of not going to the racetrack, but that's me. But
You're in a
I've
horrible
been
location.
watching a lot of shit. What's that?
You're in a horrible location to go to racetracks.
Well, only because I'm sure they still got the stuff at Paris, which is cool.
It's a horrible race. Well, they
that's
ain't got no real
ongoing.
racing going on there.
Yeah, that's what people talk about. In the old days, 10, 20 years ago was pretty good. I thought we had, quite a few races there. The
Right.
Gas Man and Corey Cruzman and all those guys. But it to me, it's just much easier to watch it and it just. They just show everything. T-Maz, in-car, in the shop. I mean, he would show it. I mean, all that shit to me is interesting. Maybe it isn't interesting to anybody else, but to go into someone's shop, to give you a few hints, to tell you a little bit about sprint car setup. And like I said, they need you, they need the Chris Economaki and getting down there and getting people's face. And I just
Right.
hope maybe put on a tie or something and change your whole look, change your whole way you do thing, and they go, hey, that's Chad's new person, and now he's the announcer for all these races.
You want me to take Johnny Gibson's spot or high limit? You want me to take the high
No,
limit?
I
role?
want you to be down there in the pits like Chris Economaki. I want you to be down there in
no.
the pits at every damn thing. Yeah.
Oh.
And I want you to be there at the bikini contest telling everyone
God.
how bad this is. This is bad morality.
Yeah.
Because in California, that's good morality.
Oh, God.
And I'm sure if I went back east to the right place, I'm sure there's a lot of those type of things going on. You just have to know where to go.
They're just hotter over there, you know.
Well, I don't think they've done it in 1,000 years, and I didn't go there, but I think it's so funny that Kyle's wife says she's already taken applications for next year. Even if she knows some of those people might even be lady of the evening. She don't give a care. She says, hey, it was a great draw. Someone got 5,000 to win or whatever, and it had so many people there. Even Kyle said he wished he could have went, but he wasn't able to make it.
Right. All right, let me see if we get some other idiot to call in.
Sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem, Larry. Thank you for calling. Hey, did you see your name is on the screen now? I made sure to put everybody up.
Oh, man,
I
made it big time. Thank you so much.
It's not up there right now, but keep an eye out. The Larry
name
will scroll across.
Right now, Larry, Otani, and Jody. So how does that work? We pay you some money and get your name up there? Is that how it works?
Well, no, I mean, I try to make sure anybody who supports puts, I put them up there, and I updated it today. Anybody who's put, like there's some other guys like Tucker Drums is up there right now. He ain't gave me any money really here in a couple months, but he's been a sponsor in the past to help me get to tracks because I'm a self-funded guy, So
no, I hear you.
Beautistry did the hair, and is the girlfriend. So what?
I'm looking for those videos with Joe on the truck because I'm not sure what you guys are talking about, but I can't wait to see him.
All right. Well, hey, look, we just got a missed call. Let's see what this other guy's got to say. Maybe it's Brad Sweet.
Bye-bye now.
All right, thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
Bye. We got a missed call here. Hold on. Let's catch up with what Brad Sweet has been saying in the comment sections. For comedic purposes, we're going to pretend as if this is actually Brad Sweet. Kyle is a mind-controlled slave. So kind of like, what's that guy, Charlie Manson? Ever wonder why he has a photographic memory of every detail of the race? The NSA is real. Brad Sweet says, I'm his puppet master. We want you to think he's good. We take out his batteries once he gets in the trailer. Bro. On the real, that could be fucking true. There's a lot of shit going on, ladies and gentlemen, and Japan is home to a lot of black magic shit. Go look up Japan and black magic. Hold on. Let me do that real quick for you. Hold on. Y'all need to look up black magic if you don't believe it. Yeah, Asian witchcraft. Look at this. This is not no fucking joke. Asian witchcraft. It's a real fucking thing, guys. The Dark Side of Japan. It's an actual book on Amazon. It's a real fucking thing. Y'all need to look into black magic more. When we talk about black magic, we're talking about mass manipulation. When I talk about Cole Trickle manipulating the entire sprint car community into loving a Cole Trickle character, and Tony Stewart's and Jeff Gordon's and Casey Kane's and Kyle Larson's have dominated the sprint car fan base for 30 years. That is a form of black magic, is manipulating the minds of a societal aspect for generations. Chinese emperors have studied this for thousands of years. Chinese emperors believe in 100-year plans. This stuff, I hate to say it, guys, is very real, okay? Very, very real. Porn is a very big reason for black magic in today's society. It's like, I've never seen a billboard on the highway for some porn video, but I think everyone has watched porn, but they haven't all watched Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more, but there's been plenty of Batman advertisements. So once again, this is about mental manipulation. Right here, look at this question right here. Is there black magic in Japan? Look at this. In Japan, there are various types of witchcraft practices that have been prevalent since ancient times. These practices include the use of black magic spells and incantations for purposes such as revenge or personal gain. Mr. Goat. However, it is important to note that these practices are not considered mainstream and are often associated with superstition and folklore. Ooh, it's all fake, guys. It's not real. Special set of match tires, ladies and gentlemen. Special set of match tires. Let's see if Brad Sweet said anything. CEO for a reason. Bats knows about San Jose Black Magic. It's true. It's true. Carlos Santana sang about it. You're right. You are right. Rumors are the Chaz had to give Johnny Gibson a massage to commentate. Not true. That's a lie. Spike Fast. Brad Sweet says, oh, keep running your mouth and on the internet, and you and Chaz will be the first in line to the camps. We own you. Ooh. You got to be scared about this stuff, Spike. You don't want to say, bring it, sweetie. These are the types of people that are like, hey, come out, hang, let's go get dinner. And you turn a corner and all of a sudden you get clocked over the head. Spike, no matter how big you are, you get clocked over the head, you get knocked out. Next thing you know, you wake up handcuffed, bent over a chair. Hands are cuffed to the chair. Ankles cuffed to the chair. You're tied down, bent over a chair. And now Brad Sweet, Rico, and Kyle about to teach you a lesson, Spike. They got the wires holding your mouth open. They're about to show you who's boss, who's daddy. Better look out, Spike. You're going to talk about me and Johnny Gibson massaging. They about to massage something else. You better be ready, Spike. Anybody want to send a fucking super chat tonight? It's 12:30. I've been on here for 2 fucking hours. I can't get $3. YouTube's going to take 30% anyway, so if you send $3, only get $2.70 fucking cents. All right, let's see who this caller was that I missed. We're calling him back. Hopefully the whole,
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message.
I think I'm going to treat her like a woman. Call her right back. I see 5'4" white girl, so I'm around.
Hey, the Chaz.
Hello, who is it? Who has called in today?
Yeah, this is Wade from Central PA. I actually grew up near Port Royal.
Oh,
back
to Black Magic, Sandusky.
Yeah, oh jeez. Yeah.
Hey, I'm serious. Apparently, he had a lot of connections in the political areas of Juanita County. Or Juniata County, sorry.
It doesn't surprise me at all. But
I
wanted to
go ahead.
Yeah, just real quick, I wanted to tell you your announcing was absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, really?
I don't know how you've not done it for so long, and you just pick up like you've been doing it forever. I mean, you're, to me, every bit as good as anyone I've ever heard. I mean, I was never before in my life looking forward, in all due respect, to a 305 race of people I don't even know, and I was even listening to the audio, but I was just so into it. I mean, you made it really exciting, and had great chemistry with Paul, I think his name was, and but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I enjoy your show. I'm not a YouTuber yet, but you're encouraging me. Maybe I'll create an account and certainly subscribe to you when I do, but I watch you all the time. I think you're great. So that's what I wanted to say.
So we're about to, probably this week, we're going to have a guy on who runs 305s over there that I got to know, a guy named Zach Rhodes. He runs a 31. He won that Port Royal race. They had the 305s there with the Outlaws a couple weeks ago. He actually won it. He's got a pretty big story. He actually came from, had an issue went to prison and came back and all this crazy stuff that he's had in his life. So, but Port Royal's a good track. You're lucky to be in PA. You know, PA's kind of the Hollywood of the racing world.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, to see how it's evolved over the years, I mean, it used to be kind of a dump, for many years, and they've done a great job with the facility and everything, and, I certainly enjoy it. I mean, I like all our tracks. I'm not a big fan of the Grove anymore, really, because it's just, the racing to me just isn't like some of the other places, but yeah, I really enjoy it. Thanks again. I just wanted to, don't sell yourself short on your announcing, man. You're freaking awesome.
Well, I guess we need everybody to email High Limit and tell them I need to replace that freaking nepotism guy. I think me and Bockheimer would do a really good job.
Oh my yeah.
I think it would be really good. Me and Bockheimer. That other guy, he's a pit reporter for NASCAR. What's his name? What's the other dude's name?
Oh, that Welch. Yeah, Dylan Welch.
Yeah, Dylan Welch. He's only in there because he's a NASCAR guy, his buddies. Everybody in that high limit situation, they're only in a position because of their buddies. Is Brad Sweet the best promoter? Did he get that job because he's a good promoter? He ain't got no resume doing it. None of these guys got put in positions because they're the best. They got put in the positions because they knew people.
Yeah, and if you remember too, that Dylan Welch's dad, Vince Welch, he got
kicked
that
off.
Deal.
He got kicked off. He was so bad. Yeah.
It just didn't fit. He fits NASCAR, like in the pits, like that kind of stuff. But
the apple didn't fall far from the tree, though. There, I don't think the apple didn't fall far from the tree. I mean, he's okay, but
you're right.
Something like the High Limit Series deserves high level presentation. I think.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
But somebody's asking. I announced. Somebody said, "Where were you announcing?" Where you go ahead and tell them.
Devil's Bowl. It was Devil's Bowl. He did all the heat races. I think there were 2 or 3 of them.
Heat races, 305s. Yep. Friday night. Yep. So if you go to the Dirt Vision broadcast and you go to the 305 heat races from Friday, you'll hear me announcing. Yes. And I was kind of rusty, though. I was kind of rusty.
Well, if that was rusty, I couldn't imagine when you're on your game, because that was pretty good. So.
Well, that's very flattering. I did it for 5-6 years. I started there announcing, and then I worked into the management side of things, and that's what I try to tell people all the time. A lot of people think I'm just on here running my mouth and don't know shit, and I'm just a fan. Todd Querying, every time he sees me, he tries to insult me and call me just a fan, but I've been in a lot of positions in this racing world, from driver to crew guy to announcer to marketing guy to halfway promoting events. And, announcing, like I said, I grew up in the ghettos of Dallas, Texas. I went to high schools where there were 5 white people, and the cool thing in those areas was to rap, so I ended up being a decent rapping guy. And when I got into the announcing, it was kind of an interesting opportunity to kind of mix that, spitting kind of rapper, rhythm-based, just talking thing with racing. So it was kind of like a good mix to kind of utilize that talent that I guess I had to just think things off the fly and say them really fast. So now announcing is fun. It is fun. I don't know if I was to announce, it would have to be, if I was to try to announce on a regular basis, it would have to be something big. It would have to be a High Limit or something like that. But I talk too much truth here on YouTube and socially. I just think it's too high risk for some of these people,
Yeah,
to have me involved.
I do enjoy the nuggets. I enjoy the little nuggets you throw in there. I subscribe to a lot of that stuff too. I'm not a big TV news guy. I think it's all BS, and there's a narrative and all that. So, I pick up on that stuff. I subscribe to a lot of them too. So
somebody just said, if you got the announcer job at Port Royal and Earl got bumped out, it would be the quickest, biggest hill to babyface turn in racing history. You'd be the most loved track in PA, or you'd be the most loved track MC in PA. You think I would be the best announcer in PA if I jumped in there instantly?
Oh, I think certainly. I love Bruce Ellis.
Yeah, somebody just said that Bruce Ellis is still announcing. Yes.
Yeah, he's getting, I don't know how much longer he's going to do it, but you would certainly be great. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Now,
that'd be awesome.
Who's better, me or Wayne Harper? Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. That's fantastic.
But he runs Lincoln. He's like a big thing in Lincoln, right? He has a lot of pull over there.
Yeah, he's been there forever. I mean, he's a good guy, and he loves the sport and things. But yeah, you'd be a step up there in terms of the announcing ability.
Well,
for
see,
sure.
and I think the right way to announce, honestly, the right way to do it is to do it like I was doing it, but also like I think you should kind of take jabs during the race. I think you should get the crowd fired up. Like if a guy says something or does something on the track, calling it, well, that was a bonehead move. Why did he do such a stupid thing? I think, yeah, you're going to piss the fans off, but at the end of the day, you know, I think that would be the entertainment factor, you know, getting the whole damn crowd riled up and stuff and mad at you. Or you need to have two guys, really, at the end of the day. The late model guys do a real good job. Like that broadcast night flow was just amazing, how they commentate and do the whole things they do. But if you could have two guys, almost like a NASCAR or not a NASCAR, almost like a wrestling deal, how you got, you know, one guy, he's for this side and the other guy's for that side, and they're announcing it and then playing sides while they're announcing. I think that's the way to do it to really get people hyped up and into the race, you know.
Oh, yeah. And back in the 90s at Lincoln Speedway, I know Fred Raymer and Jeff Shepard, they had a big thing going, like, you know, on the microphone and all that. But back in the trailer, they were buddies. Like,
right.
They knew what they were doing. They wanted that rivalry. And you know, Fred even said, I think, on the one podcast I listened to, there would be fans fighting each other, you know, and they'd be in there laughing, you know. So, and Bob Weichert, as you know, I mean, he was always, that was kind of a love him or hate him back in the day. But he was great for the sport promoting it. He would always say when he won, we didn't even bring the good stuff out yet and things like that. And the fans would get all riled up. But it was great for the sport. You know, him and Al Hamilton, of course, had a lot of battles through the years. When I was little, it was Keith Kaufman and Doug Wolfgang every week mixing it out. Those were the good old days for sure.
Nice. Yeah.
But
Well,
I am. You wouldn't like me here. I am a Larson guy. I love
God.
him. But I do agree with you though, with the watch thing. You know, if he is wearing that, I mean, even though it's just a heart monitor, like you said, if it's communicating, you know, he shouldn't be able to wear it. Like, that's
right. And then it's just
not that
showing
I think he's
favoritism.
doing anything, but get rid of the doubt then. Like, make sure there's no doubt. Yeah, you can't have different rules.
Right.
That's a bad deal. That's
Right.
a bad deal.
Yeah.
So, but
That's my only
just a
deal with
quick
it.
check.
That's my only real deal with it is like you're having rules so people can at least feel like they're playing on the same playing field, no matter how good or bad somebody is. You know, so
Right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
that's what it's for.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, to your point earlier, a rule, you have rules for a reason. Even if, you know, the guy's not really breaking them, it's a rule.
right.
It's just like
Well,
speeding in NASCAR. Which I hate NASCAR, really. I watch it because of Kyle, honestly. But that stuff, you know,
Co-trickle.
hey, if you're
That's
going
back to the co-trickle
Yeah.
syndrome.
Yeah, if you're going to if you're going 56 mile an hour, hey, it's only one over, but it's against the rule. So, you know, if it's a 55 or 35, whatever it is, in the pits. But
Larry just said
anyway.
I should do lives during the sprint car races and announce it. Oh God, I'd get my channel taken down.
Well, yeah, because of the
Yeah.
But anyway, well, hey, I'll let you get back to being the Chaz there, and
All right.
great talking to you. You were awesome, buddy. And as soon as I join YouTube, I'm subscribing, and we'll give you. I don't make much, but I'll give you what I got. I'll give you a little donation. So
Hey, that
thank
works.
you very much, buddy.
That works. What was your name for everybody to know before you get out of here?
Wade, like Wade in the water. So.
Wade in the water, no last name. You don't want to be tracked down by Rico and Brad Sweet here in the comment sections.
Yeah, I see. They scare me pretty much there.
They got
so.
anybody with a lot of money can pay for you to go away. You know,
Yeah,
they really can.
That's right.
The John Wicks are real. John Wick is real.
I know it, buddy. Yeah.
All righty.
Yep.
Well, thanks for calling in, Wade, and thank you for the review of my announcing ability.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chaz. Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
All righty. That ends that one. Let's see. We got any interesting comments? I don't think this is actually Rico, but the thing about Cup Driver and Drag is true. I worked for a lot of Busch teams and saw a lot of darkness. That's all I will say. Me and Jeremy Mayfield, go listen to our talk show. We talk about the darkness. We actually got shut down. We started talking about NASCAR fixing races and gambling and the mafia. It gets really good. Go look up the Chaz, Jeremy Mayfield after this one's over. It gets really deep. Larry and Otani, thank you for sending these super chats. I'll tell you right now, you're almost going to pay my damn bills this month. I'm telling you, with this $10. It means a lot. These super chats are very important to keep this thing going. Jordan says Jeremy Elliott will share the mic with Chaz at Baps. I'm down. If Jeremy Elliott wants to help me come out, pay me to come out, and pay me to announce, I'm down. I just can't do it on my own anymore. I did it for Devil's Bow. It was a one time. It's over. It's done. I was a part of it. I wanted to be, and I was, and it was great. And I enjoy it, and it was, it's dead and gone now. It's dead and gone. You should all be ashamed for being liberal freeloaders fans who love to steal from the Chaz. This is what Spike has a point. He's saying if you ain't supporting the Chaz, what are you doing? You're freeloading off of his work and his labor. This is true. This is damn true. He just called in from an Amish payphone. That's fucked up. The Amish have done away with payphones. This is true. This is true. All right. We got some cards. I'm going to keep reading the chat. But we got some cards in the mail today. They're actually pretty nice. We're going to open these and see what they are. Actually, I don't even know what they are. Oh, snap. We're going to get out of here soon. I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I know that everybody's tired of being up. I wonder if we got anything special in here. Got some Darnell. Got some gold. Look at that gold right there. Wow. You got any mini wing panels? Got any of the mini wing panels? I don't think I do. I don't think I have any mini wing panels. I have a Chaz Thompson wing panel from the, side panel from the Chili Bowl. Oh, we got like a triple patch here. It's actually not bad. George Pickens. It looks like it has some kind of RN deal in it. That's kind of cool. Motherload. Patches from the Steelers jersey. I don't see this being a numbered card, but that's still cool. And then a 1/24 Darnell Washington Steelers. I don't know why he sent me Steelers cards. But maybe there's another reason to it. Central PA homes are brutal, also haunted. They are haunted. They are haunted. Let's see if we got anything in here that's worth a damn. Oh, fuck. More car shit. Gotta go catch a 35-year-old episode of Golden Girls. This is true. Got a 1/99 Geno Smith right here. Gold edition. These are, all these cards I'm showing you are around $20 to $60 a piece. That one might be a little more. 1 of $3.99. Wide receiver for the Seahawks. We got a triple patch. Quentin Johnson, Zay Flower, Jackson Smith. 1 of 49. 3 players on this one. Don't know if y'all could see. Yeah, you can see that. 3 players on this one. That's nice. And then we got a rookie autograph, Zach Charbonnet, Seahawks. Got one more pack. If you eat right and don't stick. Central PA is its own world. It is its own world, guys. Central PA is weird. It is definitely weird. Amish country. Mennonites. Look up Mennonites. We got a Texans Tank Dell rookie autograph triple patch. We got a Damian Pierce 2 of 99 patch card. And then another newly minted Jackson Smith Najaba. So that's the cards we got in the mail today. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. Those are the cards there. That's the show. 6 beers in. Hopefully you like it. Thanks for Larry for sending a super chat. Fuck all you freeloaders. Rico, Brad, Kyle. I know that was not you. Brad, I'm not sure. Rico, that's definitely you. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. It was a late night. We got a real good show coming tomorrow around Trophy Cup. Lots of video. Broke Joe's been sending them in all day. It's going to get very interesting. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, like the video, comment below. As always, share it around. and subscribe. We will catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in.